Well, hello there, beautiful souls. Today is Tuesday, December 31st, and happy New Year's Eve. Can you believe it? A year's gone by like that. Hi, I'm Deirdre, and I'm going to be focusing on your daily intuitive reading and messages from your angels and spirit guides, and mostly the universe. So if you're curious to know what's happening right now to you in the universe, and also what could happen to you personally, we'll continue watching. First, I'm going to tap into, and it's still Capricorn season, which my rising's Capricorn, so I love Capricorn. That's my work sector. That's what gets me going. You know, not only am I an Aquarius, and I'm very, I love big things, meaning I love worldly things. I like to be esoteric, but I also am quite grounded with my rising sign, which is Capricorn. So, balancing work and rest. That's always a challenge for me. Any of you out there, let me know in the comment section if you have trouble with that. But it's really a good time to not push yourself too much. Kind of keep it a balance. That's the best way to success. Number 2, strengthen your intuition. Not just as Pisces really intuitive, and that's Aquarius, but Capricorns are extremely intuitive. I know you guys can be also very mental, but I'll tell you right now, how do you work on your intuition? Well, first of all, I'll be offering classes soon enough. Check back with me. But mostly, meditate, meditate, meditate. That is how you're going to tap into your higher sources, through meditation. Because if you always have on your phone swiping like 90 miles an hour, you're not going to be able to get all the messages the universe is trying to share with you. Just saying. And number 3, plan for the future. Capricorn, again, is always working. They're always the ones that are planning their future. Take advantage of these energies right now. It's a great time. I said this in yesterday's reading. If you didn't watch that one, go over there. Go watch that one right after you watch this one. But go assess how you did last year. Stop worrying about tomorrow. But if you really take a moment in the next couple of days and really assess how you did last year and reassess what you want to put your new goals towards, you're going to see how much you really did accomplish. Just saying. So you're not always beating yourself up that you didn't achieve everything yet. All right. So anyway, now we're going to ask your angels and guides what you should be focusing in on now. Let's see. For some reason, they wanted me to pick this deck. I have like literally 300 decks, mostly angel decks. And they wanted me to pull cards from this deck. Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection, by Mike Dooley. I haven't seen him in years. I don't think he's still alive. I don't even know. Let me know if you know him. I used to see him in person at a Hay House conference years ago. But it looks like they want to talk about love. Aww. This is so sweet. Okay. All right. It looks like, now I get why they wanted me to pull cards from that deck. It says, let me see here. It says that in order to find the love you want, you have to love yourself first. You have to understand what love actually means. And if you don't get clear with that, how is the universe going to help you bring you love or improve your love? And it looks like, I'm laughing because I've been there, okay? What they're telling me is you got to keep it simple, guys. Meaning, I feel like you've been getting in your head with dating. You're single. Maybe recently getting channeled messages. Maybe you got divorced. You just overly prepared by thinking and criticizing yourself and others and what you did in the past. But they don't want you to do that anymore. They're saying, be simple. And simply is be true to yourself. And what that means is this. I don't know how. I do about 30 readings a week, private one-on-ones. By the way, if you're interested in one, you just click the link in the description. And I am shocked at how so many of you, when I ask you, so what are you looking for? You're like, I don't know. I'm like, what? How do you know what you're not looking for? What you're looking for? No wonder you're single or you keep attracting the wrong type, because you can do it the long way, which is, if you look at it, the sales funnel is dating. There's a lot of people you got to date, kiss a lot of frogs before you really narrow it down to the one. Or you can also start with these people you're dating or attracting in your life, really compare what you like and what you don't like about them. And what X's are for is not to beat them up and say, oh, they did this, they did that. By doing that, that actually keeps you in a holding pen of just repeating the same bad cycle with others. May have a different face and name, but you're going to keep repeating that cycle. Or you could take advantage of this information. I'm hearing, like Dating University, and say, you know what, thank you. And now I know what I like and what I don't like. That's the key to success here. So that's how you're going to start preparing on, what do I really want? Take advantage of this 2025. Really get clear what you want. A good exercise too is to write in a journal every single day what you're looking for. Write the same thing, because there's something about making it esoteric in the universal energies and honing it in and make it into matter when you write it down. So in the recent past, it looks like you kind of thought, is love ever coming? Yes, it is, by the way. Well, they're telling you, and I feel like you finally came to the conclusion, you know what? In order to attract love, I got to be myself. Got to keep it real simple. All right, so current, your angels and guides want you to know you are adored by them. Start putting yourself down, because whatever you think is what you're going to attract. And your angels and guides are saying you are amazing just the way you are. Dwell on what you love. This means that you need to stop thinking bad about yourself. Again, whatever you think, you attract. So if you don't think you're good enough, it says dwell on what you love. So only, even with the exes, think about all the things that they were wonderful at and just focus on that, okay? So let's say they were super generous. Just think about how generous they were. Don't worry if they cheated on you, stole you, whatever. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. Instead, just keep saying, they were so generous. I am so thankful I met them because they were so generous. That's what you got to focus on. And another thing you got to focus in on the now is convince yourself, not others. This is a super important card. You know what that means? What are you really looking for? You're not dating anymore for your mother, your father. Most of them may be deceased already. Your kids, your neighbors, society. Are you done with that yet? That's what this means. Date for yourself. Love for yourself. You might have met somebody already that's really special, and you're like, oh, they're not my type. My parents don't like them. Even if you're like 60, my parents don't like them. I think it's time to move on with that. I love when the cards say the same things I already said. I'm going to read this card to you. Earlier disappointments were just rehearsals for the great stuff coming your way. That's what I said. Don't fret on what all the mistakes that you made in the past, they were just rehearsals. That's how you know what you like and you don't like. It says, you might not know it now, but you will. If you haven't figured it out, they were your blessings. They were your teachers. That's what this is all about. It feels like that's the phase you are right now, figuring out what, all right, maybe there is something said to this, I feel like you're there right now. You're right there getting ready to meet your person if you haven't yet. And once you do, once you realize that they were just here to be your teachers, ta-da! You have more options than you realize. Also, another thing, I read a lot of people that's how I know all this content, what to talk about. It's from you guys. Thank you for the private readings, because that's how I know what everybody needs to hear. Besides, I'm channeling this at the same time. Yes, you have more than one option. Believe me, if you're staying in that horrible, toxic relationship, and I'm not saying you're a horrible person because it takes two to tango. They're just not for you anymore. They're the square, you're the circle. That's all. It's not personal. I believe there's about 1,000 soulmates for a lifetime. So, you got a lot more options. You just got to open your eyes to them. Never, ever settle. And if you open your options, you're going to be surprised. Do you believe the universe has somebody better in store for you? Cuter, prettier, more elevated energetically than you, open, compassionate, loving? I can go on and on. The list goes on. There's never ending. If you believe that, let your dating coach, i.e. the universe, set you up, but you got to get out of your own damn way. I got to read this to you. All there is to love has been there all along. I don't have to say anymore. It's been there always, by your side. You know, you have these amazing beings, these non-physical beings that love and adore you. And you don't have to go out and get validated that you deserve love. You are love. Whatever you were born, love. And once you really realize that, you can have anybody you want. It is true. So another tip that I'm getting for a lot of you, because right now it feels like a lot of you watching this or thinking this, that one person that you're saying, I really love them. But you know what? There's a time and a season for everything. It's like growing plants, you know? It's like growing fruit or vegetables. There's a season. There's a season for that. So if you go with the flow and realize that every person that came in your life perhaps were not there to be with you for the entire lifetime, and let them go, so then your person, your true soulmate for this timing right now, can be let in. So instead of them blocking them because you think you're supposed to be with somebody else, let that go. It says you're being watched by loving eyes. I don't know how else I can convince you. I'm telling you right now. No, your angels and guides didn't go on vacation. You're just not listening. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because you're supposed to meet somebody between now and March. That's what I'm hearing. No longer than that. I'm hearing Pisces season is when you're supposed to meet somebody. Now, if you've never watched me before, especially with my shorts on TikTok and Instagram, you'll know that my readings are timeless mostly. But I will say this, go with the flow. Realize you are loved. You don't have to choose people who are not really for you because you feel you need to be validated elsewhere. I thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed my content. And if you do, I just ask that you help me grow my channel. This is exciting. I'm new here. I'm trying to grow this channel. I've been on the other platforms and now I'm ready to go into YouTube land. So if you can like and subscribe and share it with anybody else that could really use the help, I would really appreciate it. And again, if you would like a private session with me, just click the link in the description you can schedule your own reading or session with using the online scheduler. And if you're interested in this kind of content, you'll see more videos here. Thanks again. I hope to see you tomorrow.